Hey, my fellow nerds, geeks, and/or comic book lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is NeuroSpider369, and today we're here with another episode of Obscure Rogues. As I'm sure we're all aware, comics are known for having a wide variety of infamous rogues, most of which have grown in popularity over the years, while a vast majority of others are regarded as forgotten and obscure. In this video, we shine the spotlight on the Melter. So without further ado, let's get into it. The Melter, real name Bruno Horgan, made his first debut in Tales of Suspense number 47, published in 1963. The story was written and penciled by the legendary team of none other than Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. In it, we see that the Melter has been sabotaging weapons that were built by Stark Industries for the US Army. Stark later shows up to inspect the rest of the inventory, but is then knocked out cold by the costumed rogue. As he stands over an unconscious Tony, the Melter reflects back to what drove him to become a criminal in the first place. It's revealed his real name is Bruno Horgan, a former competitor to Stark Industries who went bankrupt after losing his contract with the Army upon being exposed for using inferior materials to build their tanks with. While overseeing the disassembly of his factory, Horgan discovered a malfunctioning inspection device that produced a beam capable of melting iron. He reconfigured the device into a portable melting ray, which would somewhat resemble Iron Man's arc reactor, and took on the identity of the mysterious Melter. After being brought back to his office by Happy Hogan, Tony suits up in his golden armor suit. This was before it was lost to Mr. Doll. While Melter targets one of his manufacturing facilities. As Iron Man arrives on the scene to prevent any further damage, Melter uses his melting ray on Old Shellhead and completely melts off one of his armor's arms, which causes Stark to make a hasty retreat in fear of Horgan possibly using the ray on his chestplate next. Later on, Melter decides to get the jump on Tony while he's cleaning up some of the wreckage left behind by the villain, and traps him by melting a chunk of scrap metal he's holding over his head. Tony manages to escape from this with his jet boosters, and Melter then uses his melting ray on his armor once again. This time, however, he came prepared for this encounter and is unaffected by the ray's beams, which drives Melter to make a desperate move by putting Happy Hogan and Tony's girlfriend Pepper Potts in danger in hopes of getting away. After Iron Man saves everyone from this, he chases after the fleeing supervillain, but is unsuccessful in catching him after Melter escapes through a melted hole in an underground system. In the end, we learn that Tony had tricked the Melter by redesigning his armor by making it from a tough aluminum alloy which rendered it invulnerable to the effects of the ray. After this, he would end up joining forces with the Captain America rogue Baron Zemo and became a founding member of the supervillain team known as the Masters of Evil. Eventually, he received a new design penciled by Gene Colan, which was first introduced in Tales of Suspense numbers 89 to 90. But of course, he still remained a cameo throughout comics and usually seen teaming up with other villains. As for other forms of media, the Melter has made several appearances in the animated kids series The Superhero Squad show, as well as a brief cameo in an episode of The Ultimate Spider-Man. He was also included as part of a DLC in the LEGO Marvel Avengers game. Well, there you have it. That's the obscure Iron Man rogue, the Melter. So, fun fact, out of all the rogues I've covered so far, I've known about this one the longest. I previously mentioned him being in the Superhero Squad show, which is actually where I first came across the character when I was younger. But it wasn't until I started working on this video that I realized just how unjustly underrated Melter truly is. This is mostly due to his signature weapon, the melting ray, which, if you look at the science of it, makes him incredibly OP. Allow me to explain. So the melting ray possesses the ability to loosen the molecular bonding structure of objects constructed of steel, and as we've already seen, iron, which causes anything made of those materials to instantly liquefy. Now, this may sound like boring science, but it's actually because of this is why he's much more dangerous than you think. With this type of weaponry, not only could Melter take down anyone in an armored suit, such as Iron Man, War Machine, or Ironmonger, but also destroy the entire city of New York, since he'd be able to melt the steel beams within its skyscrapers. Like, how has he not become more of a well-known villain because of this? I mean, there's more than enough potential here to write him as the massive threat he should be known as. But maybe it's just me. I'll leave that for you guys to decide amongst yourselves in the comments. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what your thoughts on the Melter are. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned because I have a lot of videos planned next month for December before the year ends. Catch y'all later.